something is wrong. So the what is this is multi-tenant environment basically. Yeah, do you know that multi-tenant?
Today's class now we'll continue, or we'll look at the sharing and security settings for the organization. Srikanth, so can you recap on whatever that we covered? I will give you the mouse and just explain us, what is that you have learned, or you just recapping on what you remember at least on sharing and settings, walking us through organization-wide defaults and then sharing settings.
So in regards to the last class, I actually did get a chance to go through about I guess 30 minutes of the session. But other than that, yes, I kind of remember what we went through during security and settings. I probably believe it's pretty much related to accessibility for each role or profile, but I kind of blurrily remember since I didn't get a chance to repeat, but let's just give it a shot.
Yeah, you can take us like navigate through the setup menu, whatever you remember, and then we can.
Yeah. Okay. Setup. This is the one I believe actually we went through.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So this is the place where we set up the sharing settings for the objects at the organization level under org-wide defaults. Yeah, so from there we will modify, and depending on that, when users log in, if they are not the owners, they will get to see if we share that as a public read only or public read write. If we can try on opportunity. Yeah, so if it is a private, that means only the owners can look at the data. Public read means the others who can yeah, they can either look at it or yeah. So what it says is that account also needs to be the same level at opportunity.
What does that mean? The account should okay, the one above it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other thing that you remember? Yeah, I think this you got. You remember now. Depending on this, when users log in.
So this is across the organization, right?
Yeah.
But where does it show the name of the organization?
The name of the organization is in the company information, right? So that is the name of the Sejal software. So that is the name that is given. Yeah. Okay.
Somewhere here, right? Oh.
It's not. It's under admin. Lower left on the administration setup, and then the company profile. No, that is personal information. Yeah, I can scroll down further. Even further down. Yeah, further down. Manage users.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can company profile.
Profile.
Third menu actually, not that one, not the profiles. Scroll down. The third one. Yeah. So that is the organization. So for every company, whenever they log in or whenever they sign up Salesforce, so that is they will call it as org. Okay. So anyway, I think that should be fine, Srikanth. So I'll take and then let's look at what needs to be continued on the sharing and the security. So just to recap what we have done last time or in a profile, what we know is from this administrative users and profiles, we have a couple of profiles which we customized. We can look at some of those profiles. Let's say standard user, right? So when we scroll down, we have a section wherein it will list the object names and also the associated access, which is like read, create, edit, delete, and for each object what is the permission given for this particular profile, right? And then this is the standard basic access for that is given for this profile as read, create, edit, delete. And so once this is set up, then we look at the organization-wide settings. So the reason I am again talking about the profile is, so here look at the campaigns, right? So campaign has only read access, and this particular profile, whoever is there, like let's say we look at the view users. So no one is here now, but let's look at the profile, or we can directly go to users and this is contact manager, this particular user. If you look at the profile, right, we need to look at the profile. Yeah, look at this profile. So it says campaigns, right? And also look at the opportunities. So it got all the permissions. Now when it comes to campaigns and we look at the organization-wide defaults, we look at the campaign and it's set to private. So but private in the sense only the owner can do whatever is permitted to do on the profile that is associated with the user. So this SS profile, what it says is, it's even though it's a private, means only the owners can look at their campaigns or their own records, but what they can do is they can only read the data, even though it's private. So that means the profile permissions will drive or takes the precedence irrespective of whatever is set up here. So it's like private, but private at the same time it's only read only. So in the private you can have these 4 types of access, like read, create, edit, delete. That means even if I am creating if I am owning a record, what all the things that I can do on that particular record when it is set to private. And the moment I change it to like public read only, then the other users who can log in can look at the data of my data or whatever that I created. So this I already explained. And any doubt that you have, anybody here, or you understood? Anyone? Any questions, Abhijit or Bhaskar, Srikanth, in this up to organization-wide defaults, how it works?
I'm clear.
You're clear, right? How about Srikanth? Srikanth, are you there?
I'm clear. I was on mute, boss.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I was probably talking on me.
So are you clear about the up to organization-wide sharing, like how it works?
This Srikanth, I'm good, Sada.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So now let's go and look at some of the users that I have set up to explain the next one, which is sharing through role hierarchy and also rules. So what I meant say sharing.
I saw you created something, is it?
Yeah, I created some of the rules so that now to make sure that everybody understands what I am trying to explain or what the application provides in terms of access. So here when I look at some of the users that I created, so I created, and also these users we already created, right? User 0, user 1, user 2, all that. And if you look at their roles, user 0 is SVP customer service support, and user 2 is VP international sales, and training user 1 is customer support international, and user training, SVP sales and marketing. So let's look at the hierarchy from the system so that we will understand what is there. So we navigate to manage users, then roles, and I will expand the role so that we can see how it is set up, the hierarchy. Here if you look at user 0, right, and he is a SVP customer service support, right here.
So that quick question. The roles, right? The organization, that's a default one, or is that you created all of them?
These are actually, they came default, but yeah, it will be customized depending on the company's needs.
No, that we can do, but the thing is, default one they gave this architecture, right?
Yeah, this hierarchy. Yeah. Okay. Now, so and again, if you look at the customer support international is like under this SVP, right? So that means whatever the data that is visible to this user will be visible to this SVP, even if the setting is set as private. Okay, let me open a new tab so that you will be clear. So again, under security controls, sharing settings, organization by default. So what I meant to say is, let's say I created one new like a custom object so that it will be easy to understand, like private, right? So here, even though it's set private, but because of my hierarchy, whatever this customer support role user, like who is under this role, whatever he creates, even though we have set up as a private, the role above this role will get the access because of this setting here. Okay, and we also looked at this user, like user 0 is the supervisor of user 1, right, based on the hierarchy here, right? And similarly, we have VP international sales and SVP sales marketing. So SVP sales marketing and VP international. That means VP international sales is reporting to SVP sales. So this is like user 2 is reporting to user training. So if you remember this, now we will look at the data that I have created for this particular object called commission. So the commission, just to make it very simple scenario, we want to set up the commissions for various products, like how much we will give for the sales and service when people are working on getting the deals or providing service. Okay, and this commissions has a view called which is all, and when I click go, it will list the data or it will list the records depending on the permissions that we have, which is here, on the organization by default, which is set to private. That means only the owner can have access that is given to him based on the profile, because profile will have 4 types of access, right, for each object, which is read, edit, create and delete, right? So one of those will be given to him if it is private, but based on the role hierarchy, like we have 2 of these here, right, and one is SVP sales marketing and VP international. So depending on the role hierarchy, even though it is set as private, the users can get to see the data or the records. So now if you look at the created by, if I filter out, so I have I'm the admin, but I can see all of this data because I am admin, right? Now let's log in as one of these users. Depending on the role hierarchy, let's here SVP customer support. So let's log in as him, right? Okay. So now when I log in as SV user 0, like user 0, and user 0 as per here, his role is SVP. So SVP means you should be able to see the data of customer support. Means the user 1 records as well as user 0 records. You should be able to see. So now I'll click on the commissions tab and click on this view, which will list the data that is visible to this particular user 0 who logged in. Okay. Now I will just sort on the created by. So you see 4 records, but here the logged user is user 0, but he is able to see user 1 records, 2 of the users 1 record. That happened because of the settings in the role hierarchy. If you look at this data, which is similar to here, right? Because SVP customer service support, this user is in this particular role, and user 1 is in the customer support international role, right? Now let's again log in as this particular SVP sales and marketing. Okay, where is this SVP? Let's log out here from this user. So that is clear, right? The first one, whatever I showed you. Any questions? Okay. So I am logging in as SVP.
Basically, the hierarchy is first we create a user, we assign a profile to, clone a profile, assign that profile to a user, and assign a role to him, and then also assign a title to role, in the sense like this is what we were talking about, right? Like senior was the title, right? Basically.
Not the title, yeah. I mean, the beginning classes, what is, it could be HR role may be different from this business role. Means the role that is defined in the application. So in the HR, you may be like a director, but when you are working with the sales, you may be a sales manager or someone, right? So the whatever the role that we define, or like a title, as we know, it's the position related to HR or the payroll. Based on that, you will get your pay and everything, in the companies. So title is something wherein where it will be registered or listed in the human resource, this HR system. But the role for Salesforce is depending on what resources that you have. So that will be called, that is called as a role.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Yeah. So this role, what I mean says, whenever I am saying SVP, okay, here on the maybe a director might be sales here, like VP in this particular sales. So what I mean is, this need not match to the role that is there for the company, the organization chart, what we call, right? So it need not map to that, this role, whatever you are setting, it doesn't need to be matching with the company's organization structure. But other than that, yeah, basically whatever we see as the standard hierarchy, right? So team leader would be reporting to project manager will be reporting to program manager, then program manager, director to VP. So that is followed here also, the standard role hierarchy. So now, as I was showing here, so when I logged in as user 2, I think somewhere here it was. Let me log in to users. So with logged into user 2, then what I have is I have access to 3 records, which is user 2, whatever he has created, and user 0 also, right? Now this is one, in a different way this will be happening, because whatever we covered so far, only the supervisor will be able to look at the data, right? So supervisor in the sense here for our we have user 0, no, SVP sales marketing. We look at our hierarchy. Yeah, this users what I'm talking about is SVP, and then this is a subordinate role, right? So here user 0 will be able to look at the data of user 1, right? And user 2, user training, if a login has this user training, and when I click on commissions data and click on the view, so I get to see user 2 data and any of others data also. So this is only for the role, like depending on the role hierarchy. Now let's assume, or how do we make it to cross sharing? I gave one as the examples wherein, okay, we have two sales representatives and we want to collaborate and work on each other's opportunities, right? For example, Srikanth, you are working on something and Bhaskar is working on something, and how do you like collaborate and sell more, with the company? So then how do we, because once we set up our share, like setting as private, which is under here, right, on the marketing, this security controls, sharing settings. So the commission data, again, just to make it simple, now these managers are managing the commission records, like each, for each type of product or service, what is the commission that we want to give. So service director and VP, they are managing their data related to commission related to service that they are doing for various products. Similarly, on sales side, they are also coming up with the commissions, how much they should be giving for each rep depending on what they are going to sell. So now the two departments are separately doing, and if you look at the hierarchy also, look at this, they are horizontal in the sense they're not vertical, is already we covered, right? From lower level, the visibility goes to the higher level once the role hierarchy is set up. Now we have these two roles at the same level, right? This SVP sales marketing and SVP customer service support. So how do we share this data? Like the data of SVP sales should be visible by SVP customer service, and SVP customer service data needs to be visible to the SVP sales. It's same thing, right? Whatever Srikanth is working on, it should be visible by Bhaskar, and whatever Bhaskar is working, it should be visible by Srikanth. So how do we achieve that? So there is one more setup. It's called as sharing rules. So in the same menu, when we go from like security settings, so first section what you see is organization by defaults, which is at the company level, and then under the just below that there is something called sharing rules. So using these we will define who can see, like with whom we can share, even if they are not in our hierarchy. In our hierarchy, in the sense like SVP customer service at his level and sales is at his own level, how do we share the data between these two? So that is what we will be like demonstrating here. So if you look at here, one of the rules, whatever I have done is, if you look at this role, this particular role has user 0, right? User 0 as the user, and then this other role which I have is SVP sales and marketing is a training user. So I want to share the data of this user, the SVP customer service, whatever is defining is percentages for providing service to the service reps. I want to share with the sales. Okay, so let me do I'll try to create a new rule. So for doing that, what we will click is, we will click on particular object, whatever that we want to share with. So in our example, I am looking at the commissions data, whatever that we are setting up to share across the departments. For that, we click on the new button, and we can give commission sharing. So here automatically the name gets here, and I got two options here. One is based on the record owner and based on the criteria. So first we look at the record owner. So it's like whatever the example that I took, say Srikanth and Bhaskar, they both are owning the data, and how they can share each other's. Now see here the owner owned by the members of. So I have three options, which is public groups, roles and subordinates. So what I will do is I will click the role and see what I want to do is I want to share the data of the sales and marketing, right? Whatever the data that is owned at this role, or what I can do is role and subordinates, means all the data
Role.
that is there. Now if you, when I say roles and subordinates, what I'm trying to do is now I want to share the data of SVP sales and marketing role, all the users who are with this role, and the data of the users who are under this role, like role and subordinate. That's what it says here. Role, if I just click roles, that means it's only any role, whatever the role you pick. But when you say role and subordinate, it is the role and everything below that role. So if I let's say pick this role, director, that means director and channel sales team will be included when I pick role and subordinate. Now what I'm doing is I'm selecting all the records that are owned by the people who are under this role, like SVP sales and marketing and the roles below, and I want to share with this other role, other roles and subordinates, which is SVP customer service and support. Again, if I look back, SVP customer service and support, if I am selecting the users who are under this role and also the users who are associated with the roles below that particular role, will be getting the access to this data. And what type of access that I want to give, whether read only or read write. So I will make it as read only. So it says if there is a lot of data, it would be taking some more time to process. So this is one role. So now I got two roles. Now let me go back to my users here again. So when I look at my users, I want to look at the data of each user first, right? So this user, when I log in as this user, I will click on the commission data, okay, and click go. So he got user 0, right? He got 0, 2 records of his own, and then 1, 1, 2, right? So who is the one here in our hierarchy? Let me go back to users. SVP, right? Okay, because he is logged in as we cannot use it. So let me log out. Yeah, here if you look at.
No, it is just the customer.
Yeah, customer support, and user 2 is VP. Basically, one is coming from support. The other one is sales, right? Sales and support. So if you look at the data of this user 0, and we got users, right? User 1, which is customer, and user. See, this user 0 is able to see the data from user 1 and user 2, right? So user 1 is in customer support, and user 2 is in sales. Yeah. So with our first setup, which is the sharing rule, right? Whatever that we have through role hierarchy, we could see the data of the persons who are below that particular role. Like SVP was able to see the data of VP international sales. That is achieved through role hierarchy. Now across the departments, so that will be achieved through sharing settings, like sharing rules. Any questions here, or fine?
Sada, we are shared the roles between SVP and VP, right? VP sales, marketing, and customer service. But the other user is different, right? So how come that we are seeing?
Which one?
You go to the user one here. User one is customer support, and user two is VP international sales.
Okay. So what I understand as a question is, so this and this is fine, right? That's what based on the, no, so this and this is fine.
Yes.
No, no, okay. What I will say is, the data of this user can be visible to this user.
Correct. That's what we did. But how we are seeing user one details also.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at how it is showing again. We look at our sharing rules. What we are saying is, the data that is owned by the users who are in this particular role.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Share that data with the users who are in this particular role. That means you understand it. So again, if you look at the roles and subordinate SVP sales and marketing, what we are saying is whatever the data that is created in the sales department, share that with the customer service support.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's why if you look at, you would see data of all these 00100. Let's do one thing. Again, we will delete that sharing rules. Let's say we'll delete this one. Before that, I want to make sure that you have seen. Let's log in as this user, right? This will be SVP, and then he should be able to see all the, as per our setting, you should see all of the data in the system because of our setting. Yeah. So here what we are saying is user 0, right? Training user is able to see the data of the user 0 and user 2. Okay. Now user 0. So where is user 0? SVP customer service. Actually you should not able to see, right? Because this person is in sales. The training user is sales, right? Yeah, and also as per the role hierarchy that we set up, we have set up between these two. Like SVP is the supervisor of VP, or VP is reporting to SVP, and through that hierarchy you can see. But why he is able to see this data from others is because of the sharing settings that we did. Okay, let me now remove those settings so that you would be able to see. Now I will just delete this sharing rule. Okay, because I am not admin, right? It's not allowing. Okay. So let me delete this sharing rule, and then we log in and check what happens. Okay. Now I look at the commissions anyway, because I am the admin, I can see all the data. Now I want to log in as this particular user. Let me see. Let me refresh and see whether it allows for the same user. Okay. Now I will go back to user. So I am clicking the user training. So with this deletion of sharing rules, you should be able to see only the data created by user 2, right? Yeah. So now I'm logging as user training. I click on the commission and click go. Yeah. So now he is able to see only the user 2 who is reporting to user training. Okay. So now let's do one thing. Let's keep the same this as it is, and let's go and create one more sharing rule. I'll recreate the sharing rule and see how it can be done. Sharing settings. I want to do a sharing rule on the commissions data. So I am clicking new, and we want to do it from we want to do, like we want to get the data of the service, right? So we want to share the data owned by customer service to the sales. That's what I think our rule says. So we'll say service to sales sharing, and then again we are going by the roles and subordinates. So roles, what you are saying is SVP customer service support should be shared with the roles and subordinates of SVP sales and marketing, right? And we'll make it as read only. Okay. Now when I go back to my users, I'll close this. So I'm logging again as a SVP sales and marketing, and check what data I can look at. Yeah. So earlier there was only one record, if you remember, right? User 2. Now because of the sharing setting, if you look at the data, there are two users, right, on the support, which is user 0 and user 1. So now you see user 0 and user 1 data is visible to the user, like training user, who is in the sales. Okay. So this is how we will create the sharing rule. And there is one more thing which I wanted to explain you on the sharing setting here on the roles actually. So when we create a role, okay, before I get there, who wants to create a sharing rule? Now we did from support to sales, right? Now I want to do the sharing of the data from sales to support. Abhijit, do you want to create the sharing rule? Abhijit?
Sure.
Yeah, Abhijit, can you do that? Okay, I'm giving the control to you. So you create a sharing rule on the commission object from sales to support.
From sales to support, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, so basically, one sec. Sharing settings. Oh. One sec, 1 minute. Actually, my today, I don't know, some problem with my cursor, so just kind of holding back. So 1 sec. It's too slow. Yeah. Can I label it anything or?
No, sales to service. Yeah, you just write sales to service. Yeah, so that we will know. Okay, we are sharing the data from sales to service.
Okay, sure.
Now we can pick the data of the sales, right, from the roles and subordinates of the role now, which is SVP.
Yeah.
Customer service support. No, actually sales, right? So you should go for sales and marketing to the roles and subordinates of
customer support SVP.
Yeah. Now save it. Okay. Now go back to setup users.
One second.
Users and login as support user, because if you log in as support user, then you should be able to see the data of the sales. So support user, we have user 0 is the support user. Yeah, you log in as that user, and you should.
Sorry, did you say this one?
No, the
not
first one,
SVP?
the other one, the one above.
Okay.
Yeah. Click on the commissions object and then click on the go button on the view.
Okay, sure.
Now, see, we have a user 1 and 2, I think, right? From the
Yeah, 1 and 2, both 0, 1 and 2.
yeah, who
0
was
is
the
he himself.
himself? The
0 is my, SVP, the customer support. 1 is my subordinate. 2 is the training user.
Yeah, no, 2 is the sales, I think, VP sales, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. VP International Sales.
Yeah, so that's how we did. Okay. Okay, now Shrikant, I want you to do the same thing. Go back to the, yeah, I will give control to you. 1 second. You log out as this person and then delete the 2 roles.
Okay.
Yeah, delete the 2 roles and create again. Yeah, delete 2 roles. Delete, yeah. Delete this one also, yeah. Delete that. Yeah, then again create a sharing rule on the commissions object. Now from support to sales. That means whatever the data that is visible to support, it should be visible to sales. Support to sales, yeah.
శ్రీకాంత్ నీ కీబోర్డ్ బాగా సపోర్ట్ వస్తుంది.
It's mine.
ఏమన్నా కొడుతున్నావు అయింది కీబోర్డ్ని?
No. 2, which department you said again? From support to sales. Okay. Support international.
But we have to look at the data of the, like where we have the users, right? We don't have any users under this role. We have users in SVP customer support and service, right? Service and support. See, in our organization or the system, we don't have any users under the role that we selected. Yeah, so we have to look for the role which where there are users associated with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Customer support to sales. Just help me out here. This is VP
Yeah,
sales.
SVP sales marketing.
Okay, SVP sales.
Yeah, we'll just make it read only because we don't want to have them do any changes. Yeah. Okay. Now go back to users. like set up manage users. Administration setup and manage users. Then, so we have done from where did you share? Like we shared from sales to support or support to sales?
Support to sales, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Now you log in as first you will see we have one user who is in sales, like user 2, user 0 and 1 are like support. So you log in as user 2, and then see whether you will see data of user 0 and user 1. Click on
Support
permissions.
to sales.
Click on the go button next to view. So we know like 0 and 1 are support only, right? Now user 2 record user 2 has, because we shared from sales to support, right? Yeah,
Right,
okay.
right.
Yeah, you can go back and check the rule like again. Now you can log out this part. Yeah, you can go back. That's fine. Yeah, click again.
Click on what?
Yeah, click again. Yeah, go back. Back button. Yeah. Again, one more time. Yeah, now you scroll down and look at the data. So we are sharing from data that is being owned in support. We are sharing with the sales. So that means we should log in as a user who is in sales.
Right, right.
Okay. So can you show me that?
Okay. Manage users. Login as a salesperson. Go to users. So this guy is sales, right?
Yeah. So you should log in as him. Yeah.
Or the one next to him is also sales. Login as him. One second, where is the login button? Oh yeah, right here.
Yeah. Now click on the commissions tab.
Commissions tab.
Yeah. Click on the
So
look at the data. Yeah. Yeah. Now you see the data of the support also in this list.
okay, yeah, but it doesn't show really like where it doesn't mention anywhere support, right?
No, the user. Yeah, user 2. Look at the user 2. Not there. Yeah. Oh, click open the data record. Click there. Yeah. Now click on the user details again at that.
User details.
No, here, just above the share button, no, about the share button, you see watch a short video, just above that, at the top only, right, little light, yeah,
User detail.
No,
yeah, now,
share.
yeah.
Yeah.
So its role is
Here
VP sales. Look at the role. What is the role? Sales. So the data of sales is visible to the user who is in the support.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so Bhaskar, you also do the other way around, which is from support to sales. This is the other one, whatever they have done.
Okay.
Okay, do you have access? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, go back to sharing rules. Yeah, I think you have to log out as that user. That user, no, with whom are you there? You. Yeah, you have to log out as user 2 training.
True. I think this one is yeah, I can do here, right?
See what happens. You try going there. It will allow only one session. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we just
Yeah.
log out. Yeah.
Okay. Should I delete this one?
No, create new one. Let it be there. This is from service to sales, right? Now you do the other way around, sales to service. Like we'll share the data from sales to service. So means you have to select the sales role.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
role
here
and
what
support.
should I?
Yeah. Now you log in as support user, right? And then you should see sales data. So you go to
Manage
users.
users.
Yeah, log in as SVP
Okay.
sales marketing. User training. Yeah, you log in as that user. Then should see zeros and ones, right? Of course, yeah. Click on commissions tab. Now click on the view data. So you see 0 and 1, we already know that they are support users, they are not sales, right? And user 2 is subordinate of SVP, like user training. And user 2 is visible because of the role hierarchy.
VP International.
Yeah, so this data is visible because of the role hierarchy, because VP International is reporting to SVP sales and marketing, and
Oh, okay.
0 and 1 they are from the service department, and because of the sharing rule those two records are deleted, the visible, those data.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me go to the next step here.
One second, Bhaskar, can you log in as user 2 here?
Okay.
User 2, okay, this one, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. So my question is, see now also you can see user 2 because it is the self or the same profile,
yeah.
and whereas you can also see user 0 and user 1.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas we have mapped or we have set the sharing rule only for the roles and subordinates of SVP, whereas this the one which you logged in just now, it's a user 2 which is VP, right? And it is not SVP. And when you log in as VP, you're still able to see the user 0 which is SVP of customer support, and whereas user 1 who is VP of support. So didn't we set the rule as only for SVP? We
So we
didn't
said,
set the rule for VP, right?
no, we said both role when you look at the let me refresh here because I have to log out, right? So let me log out. I'll show you on the sharing settings. Okay, now we logged in as user 2 is a support user, right? If you look at right, he is a support user. Actually, let me go back. Okay, the reason why that is happening is because if you look at our the system, this
Process.
rule, it says the this role. If you look at this, we are seeing roles and subordinates. Means the data owned by, see, if you say
So
only
it
one
can be
role,
any permutation and combination.
yeah, because I think what you said was when we are logging as VP, but we are able to see the data of SVP also, right? That's what I think your question.
Correct, correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because that is
Yes.
because we are going with this role. So as role and subordinate. So we are starting with SVP. Though a subordinate whoever is logging in, which is VP, we are allowing them to look at the data of this role, starting from this role, which is SVP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought when it says as role and subordinates, only the SVP can see the other SVP as well as their subordinates, and not VP can see the SVP and their subordinates.
that is in the sharing rule. So in the sharing rules, or in the roles, in the role hierarchy, it's like that. In the role hierarchy, when we set up here, this is what it says. So SVP, all of these, the installation repair, customer support, international, all of these, the data from this roles or the users under this role will be visible to only SVP customer service support, not to sales and marketing, because of this role hierarchy. But whereas we are doing the sharing,
Got it. No.
you got it right. When you are sharing, we are going,
Yeah.
this one. Okay. Now
Basically, I was only impression that I mean, from this role and subordinates, it means anybody can see anybody when you map that particular areas or particular roles. That's what it is, right?
Yeah. Now there's one more step here. We did we tried only with the ownership. Now based on the criteria also we can do. So criteria, when we say owner, all records will be there. Now I want to share only the data which is like name, for example. Not this is a not an example. It's the printers, like okay, only hardware or the laptops. So we can say when the name is laptops, I want to share only data of the laptops, which is the commissions, whatever we defined for the laptop should be shared with the other departments. So that I can use, and same thing again apply. I can apply roles and subordinates, and then I can give to SVP. Then again it's like sales, right? Because I'm sharing with the sales, it will be from support to sales criteria, right? Then I will save. So this becomes another role based on the criteria. This is how we define. Okay. Now one more thing what I have is another scenario. Now Srikanth and Bhaskar, we gave the example. Okay, they both are sales rep and they want to coordinate and get the business of the company, by helping each other on their business, right? That is the scenario. And just to show on the system, I have used this commission object as an example to see how it works out. Now let's say we have Abhijit, right, who is just coming from outside and he wants to help us on a big deal, right? He's got something and he want to look at the data, like what is already been entered into the system, right? And he's not going to be there with the company for a longer time, or he'll just come and go once in a while. He doesn't need to see all the data. So how do we do that? So there is another mechanism which is called manual sharing. So the manual sharing happens whenever we have a default access for an object as private, or whenever we set the default access to private for any object, the page layout or the data shows a additional button which is called sharing. So once we use that, then we can show for these exceptional cases. Okay, now let me look at again on the commissions data, the example that we are looking at. Now I will click open one record that I have, recent records, right? The first one is about the view, which will list all the data all the records that a user has access to, like login access, right? But whereas in the object, whatever that list shows, the recently opened records. So desktops I will open up. Now if you look at this button, it was not visible before, if you observed earlier. So the sharing is visible because of the settings that I have on the organization wide defaults. So when I have this button, like for Abhijit, I can click on the sharing button, and then I get to another screen wherein I can click add button to pick a user with whom I would like to share. So here again I will click the users, and then I'll make it like user 1 with whom I want to share, and maybe I will give him read, write, edit, because he might add some comments also, because he's helping us to win the big deal, and he is not going to be there with the company, right, for like daily working there. So I will share like this. Then when user logs in, he will be able to get access to that particular data, the object here, this particular desktop. Okay. So this is how one would be doing. What I want you to again quickly do this sharing. Log in as one user, and then go to click open that commission record, and then share with the user, other user. Okay, let's start with Srikanth now.
It's the same thing that we did, right? Sharing.
No, this is manual sharing. So the scenario here is, as I said, you both were working together, collaborating in getting business, right, helping each other. Now Abhijit has come as a consultant. He is helping us to win a bigger deal. Let's say X amount, and maybe 3 times of the X amount is helping us the company from outside, but he wants to have access to that particular data that is there in the system, and is not part of any particular role. Okay. Before that, I will show you how I felt was or how I defined this role. See, here I have only commissions. This is the role, because he also has to have access to the system, right? He cannot do anything. So whenever people come from outside, we'll assign them a different role. But he is not under any hierarchy. And it's there in the hierarchy, but not under any particular role hierarchy that is being used for sharing the data. And also in the sharing rules, this particular role is not there. So how do we go about sharing the data? So that is the scenario. Okay. Now what we are doing is we use the manual sharing functionality, which will allow you to like one of these cases, and specific cases.
Okay. So let me try that. Sharing settings.
So for manual sharing, we don't look at the. We have to just check with the, which is like as a user, we already set it up as a private for the commission. So we have to look at the data. Data means you will work as a user, like you play the role of a user, not as the admin.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can go to users from manage users, then log in as one of the users. Yeah, you can log in as user 0.
This guy user 0. Where is this guy?
Okay, yeah. Okay, before that, let's go back. Yeah, go back. Now you log in as this particular commission only user. I will just show commission only user here.
But okay.
Second one, yeah. Click on the commissions tab. No, sorry, commissions tab. Commissions. Yeah. So click on the go. The view, yeah. So we have consulting, right? Now let's share. Let's share one more. Now he is not able to see this, right? Now we want to share one record of user 0. So you go back and log in as that user. You log out and log in as user 0. Okay. Log in as user 0 and share to this commission only.
Okay.
Yeah, 0.
Commissions. From here, edit.
We want to show the pick the record of the open up the record. Open the record of the logged in 0. Yeah. You open the data. No, now click under the name. Yeah. Okay. Now, okay. So here is another setup because there is no read button like edit permission for him. Okay. Now you go back and log in. Yeah, pick data of routers. Yeah, routers. But still, I think click on the routers.
Routers.
Yeah. You see, actually, there is a lot of logic in the profile. No, it's been set up. So login as user 2. Instead of login as user 0, login as user 2. Yeah, go to commissions again. Click open router. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Now, yeah. So yeah. Now click on the sharing button.
Sharing. Okay.
Yeah. Now click on add user. Add. No. Click on the add button. Then click on all users here. No. On the search drop down. Yeah. Users. Yeah, then click the first one, the only commissions. Yeah, save it. Now log out.
Login back as that guy.
Yeah, only user. Yeah, second one. Now click on the commissions. Click go. See. Now you could see this second record also because of manual sharing, and he is not part of any role hierarchy, right? When we looked at, he is directly under the CEO role, right? So this is another way where we can address the situation where no one, like it doesn't come either through this is organized by default in role hierarchy, sharing rules. If everything fails, then this is another method which we use to share the data. Okay, so let's give Bhaskar, can you do the same thing for me, sharing the data? Login as user 2, I think better, that's better. And then
okay. Yeah, I might miss some steps. Okay.
yeah, log out and log in as user 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, because you are all there right at home, so I know you some might be doing your own work without listening to the class.
No, not right like that.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, so this is right.
Yeah, it happened actually. Just now I was emailing something, so.
Yeah, I know. That's why I saved it and I wanted you to do.
Yeah. No, you go here.
Yeah, you log in as user 2.
I'm in the class. Can you hold a second?
Okay, then
Abhijit, give it to Abhijit. Yeah, my daughter is.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. 1 second. Yeah, Abhijit, it's your turn.
Okay. You want me to log in as?
Yeah, log in as user 2, and now let's create a record also here. simple.
Do I have the okay? No, I have. Okay, use it.
Yeah, go to commissions. Click new button. New button.
Create. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Go.
Yeah, now you enter Mac, MAC. Yeah, Mac. Yeah, and then percentage give 20. Yeah, that's fine.
Try this one. I know, man.
Okay.
Yeah, save it here.
This one. You never try it.
Save it here. Okay. Yeah, now you would see the sharing button, right? You just share with the only commission user. Like click add. Then users from search. Yeah, okay. From there you click on users, and then only commission. Yeah, pick only commissions, and remove the other all your international users. Save it. Yeah, now you log out as this user and log in as that only commission. Yeah. Now you should be able to see Mac also under commissions tab. Click go button. Yeah. So this is how we actually share the data if somebody is falling under the role hierarchy or sharing. Okay. So now what I will do is I think I will recap. So what you do is just play with the system. You have all the logins. Means you can log in as this particular users and play around the system, repeat the same thing, deleting, adding. So that is the access for you. And let's again meet in like adapt tomorrow. Okay, any questions from anyone?
Sada, is there any diagram like not the documentation kind of thing? Any diagram saying like this is a role, and when user goes and it shares, and this can be something like diagrams? Are there anything? Here diagrams?
No diagrams. This is only whatever that I have mentioned. Maybe that should be put into a document. Like that's it. Other than that, we can. Yeah, I mean, if required, we can do a document, but nothing is as such available. So only way to explain is through role hierarchy and this one. Okay. Then.
So for exercise purposes, my opinion is, if we at least write down some of the use case scenarios, for example, sharing thing, right? Sharing across different departments. How do you do that? Or how do you share manually for a person who doesn't have a role? So if we write down all these use case scenarios, I think down the line it can be used as an exercise for us, and that will help us in getting expertise on the application.
Yeah, sure.
So Srikanth, I think what we did last time, you remember where was all that charting what we had? Remember, so what we did, Srikanth, maybe this is for anyone. Let's say if you are working, whoever is working, what we can do is we can do the messaging, right? New message here. So then we can, I think, use the charter to use the read the messages.
Okay.
So the data will be in the system. Like what we did, last time we shared what is that document, right? Instead of that, what we did, I think it's in users training. I think this user. So here, this is what we have in the charter. So what we can do is like now I am doing practice on sharing, right? Sharing roles and role hierarchy.
Oh, everybody will get the email.
Yeah, everybody will get. So we don't need to means this is easy. Like now if you see what we did last time is how to navigate for security settings. You do like user setup and the administrative setup, navigate to. This is how we wrote the instructions also. So when you are practicing, you just write it and click share. So it will be there. We don't need to really download, upload any documentation or anything as such. So this is even like use case when it comes, like no, try again, maybe practice on manual sharing, right? This is what I'm manual sharing. As it
Manual
says,
sharing between with a user who doesn't have a
who is not part of role hierarchy or sharing rules, like data not shared via role hierarchy, right? Roles and sharing rules. Use manual sharing for data not sharing roles and sharing rules. Okay, so I think are you practicing something, or we are just doing it in the class?
Was that question for me?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, it's like
I did get a chance
last one, right?
Yeah, okay.
I did little bit last class, but this class for sure I need to do.
Yeah, do it. So anyway, the reason I also want to do is when you are in the class, because once you are out of the class, we don't know, right, what happens because of work related or personal thing related, or you may have to stay late and do something. Even if that doesn't happen, even few minutes, whatever you are doing or each of you doing, it really reinforce like whatever that we are discussing. It will be with you. At least if you touch the mouse and navigate here and there, you might remember. So that is the main purpose, is having you do things whatever I am doing, same thing to repeat by each of you. Okay, then. So well, again, I will catch up on Thursday. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Same.
Sure.
Bye.